Everybody, welcome back. Here's another military surplus handgun that I've had for a while that I've been wanting to show you all, but just haven't had a chance to do it, and thought now's as good a time as any. And it is definitely one of my favorites. I take it to the range about every chance I get, and as you know, if you've been coming to my channel for a while, you know I like military surplus stuff. And this is a real fine example of such. This is the SIG SAUER P6, as it's known in Switzerland and Germany. Over here in the United States, it's known as the SIG 225. And these were imported years ago, and importation is starting to dry up on these. You can still find these at some online retailers that get a hold of military surplus firearms. And right now, they're going for about $399 if you can find them. Now, a few years ago, you could have picked them up for about $250, $275, so it just goes to show you how the value of even military surplus weapons are going up. And of course, it carries the SIG SAUER name, so it's going to keep its value, if anything, of what you purchased it for. It's a superb pistol. It is not a full-size gun, but it's also not really considered compact anyway, in my opinion. It's larger than a Glock 19, although the grip is a little bit slimmer because of the single stack magazine. It takes an 8-round magazine of 9mm, and it is a pistol that is basically a variant of the SIG 220 that was developed back in the 70s for the Swiss Army. It was a great gun, and I'm sure a lot of you have that pistol. If you do, you better hang on to it because they're pretty stinking hard to find. The original 220. Well, the West German military wanted to integrate a new pistol, and they looked at making some design changes to the SIG 220, but decided to go with a more compact version of the SIG 220, so they came out with the P6 or the 225. And they basically contacted three of the big hitters in gun manufacturing, the SIG SAUER, H&K, and Walther, to develop a new pistol for the German police, military, and the Swiss Army. And SIG SAUER won. And because the 220 series pistol had been around for several years and was a big hit, and a compact version of the SIG 220 is what you see here, and it was just a winner all around. I mean, it was a tried and true, heavy duty, well functioning pistol, and they won the contract. At that time, H&K, they were trying to compete for the contract with their P7 9mm, which is a great pistol. If you can find one of those, you better grab it up. They're about $700-800 if you can find one. And Walther came out with their P5, which has a shorter barrel, a slimmer slide release and safety than the Walther P1 or P38. Basically, it's that pistol with a shorter, like I said, shorter barrel and not so obtrusive safety and things of that nature. But those were the competitors with the P6, and the P6 won, and SIG SAUER got the contract. But when these were imported over into the United States, they came over as pistols for civilian police and military police, and they were known as a 225 when they came over to the United States, and they had tritium sights on them, and the trigger pull was a little bit lighter on the 225. And this P6, which is an actual German issued pistol, because we know that because it says P6 right here. If it has that stamped on the side, you know it was an actual West German military or civilian police or Swiss Army firearm. If it was used by someone in the U.S., it would say 225 on it. So made in Germany. Okay, it's imported by, of course, Century Arms. Most of them all are imported by Century Arms. But it's a great pistol. First of all, before we say check and everything, let's just let you take a look at these grips. These grips are custom made, and they were on this when I got the pistol, so I can't even take credit for you know, coming up with this grand idea of getting these great looking grips on here. They were on it when I bought it, and was one of the reasons why I went ahead and got it, because they're awesome. Don't know what kind of wood it is, but fantastic. But you know what? I do know where they came from, because I recognize them. And I'll give this guy a shout out. I don't know his first name, but I believe his last name is Marshall, Marschal. He has a website called Marshall Grips, and he lives in Budapest or someplace like that, some other country. I'm not real sure which country that is. I've ordered 2 sets of grips from him before in the past, but it's been a long time ago, and I don't remember where he lives. All I know is I put the check in the mail kind of thing. But he makes great grips, and I had a set made for my Makarov, and I know that's where these came from because I recognize them right off the bat. So they are custom made by him, and they've got the P6 logo and everything on it. Man, they are awesome. But look him up on the internet. I'll give him a free props on that, man. These are great. They feel great in your hand. The factory grips are just plain black plastic grips, and I'll tell you what they look like. The design, texturing, and everything looks a lot like the Walther P38 or P1. So you've seen my video of the Walther post-war P1. Go take a look at that, and you'll know what these stock black plastic grips look like. Let's safety check this little jewel before we play with it anymore. It does have drop-free magazines, which is real nice. Single stack, 8-round, 9mm. Lock that slide back and let you see inside there. I just cleaned it, so everything is real shiny and oily. Does have the decocker on it, like so. It's got sights that are really nothing to get excited about. They're not a 3-dot sight system. It's really even hard to see that front sight because it's all black. There's nothing on the front that attracts your eye to the front sight like you would normally do when you shoot. You're supposed to focus on the front sight. So what a lot of people do is put a little dab of white fingernail polish right here, which I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't want to molest this gun at all and change anything on it because it's just it's in great condition. Most of the time these pistols have a lot of holster wear. This one surprisingly is in great condition. It has very, very little holster wear, and man, I got these great grips with it, and I won't even tell you how much I paid for it because you'd call me a liar if I told you. It's just that good. Let's show you how to take this little baby down for cleaning. It's super easy. If you've ever broken down a SIG SAUER to clean it, you know exactly how to break this one down. This one might be a 70s model. It might have been one of the SIG SAUERs that started the revolution in SIG SAUER pistols and popularity, but it still breaks down the same as all the SIGs made today. So you lock the slide back like so. You've got your takedown lever that swivels down. Okay. Drop it right off the frame rails. Don't pull your trigger. Don't need to do that. There's the inside of your frame. There you go, and there's your unusually looking recoil spring. Looks like a braided steel. Isn't that cool looking? Steel guide rod. Pretty nice quality. There's your barrel. If I get the camera to focus, can you see that 9mm? If the camera will focus on that or not. For a pistol that was stamp dated 11 of 78. It obviously hadn't been shot a whole lot. Most definitely has not been shot a whole lot. Of course, put your barrel back in, like so. The recoil spring is a lot easier to get in as opposed to a lot of other semi-autos. Slide it on your frame rails, just like any semi-automatic. Lock your slide back, swivel that piece up. There you go. Decock the hammer. You'll also notice here that it's got a little hook here for a lanyard loop. I always thought that was kind of funny looking, kind of weird, but I'm sure they had a real use for it at some point in time. Real square trigger guard, but a very large open trigger guard that you can get to that trigger easily with a pair of gloves on, which in my opinion is very important if it's a military style pistol, because you know we're not going to need to use our pistol just when it's nice and sunny outside. If it's wintertime and we're wearing gloves, if we need to shoot that thing, it'd be nice to get it in the trigger guard, you know what I mean? Not a lot of wear, looks real nice. SIG SAUER P6, otherwise known as the 225 here in America. Very nice design. Of course, the recoil action is all based on the John Browning design, much like all pistols that are semi-auto. They mimic John Browning's design because he was a brilliant soul. And that's just a short little, I say short, 10 minutes. What are you talking about, man? 10 minutes? What the heck? Crazy idiot. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of hearing me blab. There you go, guys. Take a look at it. If you like military surplus as much as I do, go out and look for one of these. I hope you can find one. And a range video is soon to come on this beautiful piece. Count on it, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Tell your friends about the channel. Like and comment. Subscribe. Please. Talk to you later.